NASA is on track with several key missions thanks to the $24.4 billion in funding approved last week by Congress and the president. This includes missions to Venus, Jupiter, and the Apophis Explorer, which will study a hazardous asteroid that will barely miss Earth in 2029. But all of these missions almost did not happen when President Trump threatened to cut NASA's budget by 50% when he took office. The funding for NASA was improved in part thanks to the Planetary Society's grassroots campaign across the country, led by its CEO, Bill Nye. And so let us bring in Bill Nye. He is the CEO of the Planetary Society, but you, of course, will recognize him from the hit TV series, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
So let's talk about how vital this budget is for all of NASA's budgeted operations.
So the proposal was to cut the NASA budget 20%, and then what's called NASA Science, this part of NASA, 47%, almost half. So Congress respectfully had no time for that and pushed back and passed this bill to restore NASA funding to levels that haven't been seen in decades. And the reason they did that is because the Planetary Society, the world's largest independent space organization, got everybody excited about it. We sent hundreds of thousands of emails and letters. We had over 300 people on Capitol Hill. The Planetary Society led an effort with 19 other science organizations to encourage Congress to restore NASA funding, and they did. And everybody, just remember, NASA is the best brand the United States has. You go anywhere in the world, people respect NASA. And there's a big effort to go send people back to the moon and so on, and that's important. But there's a lot of other things that NASA does that bring out national pride and also make discoveries that change history. So there are missions going to Mars, to Venus, Europa, the moon of Jupiter with twice as much ocean water as Earth, the icy worlds, Uranus, Neptune, and so on. And everybody keep in mind also that China National Space is doing these same things. They're not dithering. They're not arguing about funding it. They're just doing it. And so if you want to remain internationally competitive, you've got to fund space exploration.
I'm glad that you mentioned the campaign because I want to ask a follow-up question on that, Bill. I mean, you know, the moon landing remains the #1 most watched broadcast ever. You would think that people are excited about space. What did you learn from your efforts during this? I mean, do people care about space, about science? Are they still as excited as they were back then?
Or maybe more excited. Everybody, respectfully, this is the most exciting time in space exploration since the Apollo era. We very well may find evidence of life on another world. And I claim if we were to do that, it would change this world. Everyone would feel differently about being a living thing here in the cosmos. But then from a national pride and political point of view, have to send people back to the moon. And when that happens, everybody will get on board with the remarkable achievement. So, you know, they love NET, no earlier than. No earlier than February 6th. The Space Launch System, you have a picture there, is going to go around the moon. If you're of a certain age, as I am, you may remember Apollo 8, where astronauts went up around the moon and back to make sure that the United States achieved this before the Soviet Union space program. And they pulled it off, and they had to fire the engines twice, and they came back to Earth safely. This mission is set up to just be a natural return. Things should go very well. Hope is not a plan, but we're thinking it's going to go well. Meanwhile, investments in commercial space are changing the world. They're changing the way we do business, the way we do communications, the way we predict the weather, the way we do so-called situational awareness for the military. We all rely on space exploration for all sorts of things that aren't really in the background, that are part of your everyday life.
Well, Bill, Kelly and I would argue that you also have contributed into changing the world, making it a better place. Thank you very, very much.
I love you, man. No, man.
Right back at you. Right back at you.
So you guys, I'm in Orlando for this commercial space conference where people are coming together to see how we can work together to make these discoveries, especially in the solar system, that really everybody, the world could change in a dramatic way in just the next couple of years. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you as always. Thanks, Bill. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stick around.